Hi, this is Josh with SKAA, and in this video, I'm going to give you a full overview of the Soundboks 4, which is one of the loudest wireless speakers on the market. Soundboks 4 works with both Bluetooth and SKAA Wireless technology, so if you just need it for basic consumer applications, Bluetooth might be the easiest option for you. But if you want improved sound quality, fixed latency, and better range, you might be in the professional or prosumer market. And what's great about Soundboks 4 is it can be used for both consumer and professional applications. If you're a DJ or a performing musician, you'll love these because they allow you to create a completely wireless and battery-powered solution for your gigs, making setup and teardown super quick and super easy. They can also be used in tandem with the Dillinger Labs Death from Below subwoofer, which actually has a custom Soundboks EQ profile tailor-made for Soundboks speakers. We'll talk more about professional applications later on in this video. First, let's talk about what's included in the box. Obviously, the Soundboks 4 speaker itself. You get one battery box removable battery. You get a charger cable, a grill removal tool, which can be used to remove the front grill of the speaker if you want to operate without a grill, or if you want to paint your own custom logo design or color on the grill. And lastly, it comes with a soft cover to keep the dust off of it while in storage. Visually speaking, the Soundboks 4 is very similar to the Soundboks 3. This includes the battery panel, the Pro panel on the back. This is where you'll find the SKAA Bond button, along with other inputs and outputs, and the UI control panel where you can turn on the speaker, control volume, and set one of 3 modes. Like version 3, Soundboks 4 also has soft silicone rubber ball corners. These put some space between the speaker and any surface you place it on, regardless of its orientation. So you'll never have to worry about scratching up any surfaces or scratching up the Soundboks itself. And this also helps to isolate any vibrations coming from the speaker cabinet. What's noticeably different visually is the grill design. Both the Soundboks 3 and 4 have this honeycomb design. However, the Soundboks 4 uses smaller holes. I think the goal here was to make sure that when you take the grill off and paint it with your own logo, that the logo will be more legible. And it's also worth mentioning that Soundboks has 2 variants of the grill, black and metallic gray. Most of the improvements to Soundboks 4 are on the inside. They have completely redesigned their digital signal processor, which is essentially the brain of the speaker. They've also redesigned their speaker drivers for better bass, mids, and highs. The audio routing and internal components have been improved as well, resulting in better sensitivity, efficiency, and decreased signal-to-noise ratios for the XLR inputs on the back. The SKAA antenna has also been improved for stability, bonding, and TeamUp. And last but not least, the battery life at maximum volume has been improved. You should be able to get 4 more hours of max volume out of your batteries when compared to the Soundboks 3. Like the Soundboks 3, the Soundboks 4 also has a pole mount on the bottom of the speaker that can be used with any 1 3/8 inch or 35 millimeter speaker stand or speaker pole. Next, let's talk technical specifications and acoustics. Soundboks 4 has 3 speaker drivers, 2 bass woofer drivers, and 1 compression driver tweeter. These are powered by 3 Meris Audio 72-watt RMS Class D amplifiers with advanced DSP to manage the frequency crossovers and bass control. Soundboks 4 weighs in at 16.1 kilograms or 35.5 pounds. So it's fairly light for how much volume you get from this bad boy. And speaking of volume, these are rated up to 126 dB with an effective frequency range of 40 hertz to 20 kilohertz. In our own independent testing of Soundboks 4, we were able to get around 121 dBc on the tweeter and around 116 to 117 dBc on the bottom woofer, playing pink noise and holding the meter around 1 inch away from the drivers. And with a modern dance track playing around 120 dBc on the tweeter and around 122 to 126 on the woofer. So plenty of volume for any house party and additional headroom for use in most small to medium indoor venues and outdoor venues as well. The battery box are swappable, so you can easily pop these in and plug in the power connector to get going. On the battery, you'll see a single button and an LED stack. Press the button to see your current battery life. This one only has 2 bars, so it needs a charge soon. On a full charge, you can get up to 40 hours of battery life out of these, but of course, your mileage will vary depending on how loud you're playing your music. And the batteries themselves have little rubber feet and a little strap for easy carrying and storage. The power adapter just plugs in like this. The LED stack will blink, showing that it's charging. However, you will notice there's an additional power connector here. With this, you can actually put the battery in the soundbox and charge while you use the speaker. To get the most life out of your battery, the Soundboks 4 manual does not recommend running the speaker on AC power alone, and they also do not recommend playing over volume level 5 while charging your battery, so keep that in mind. You can turn on the speaker in the UI panel, press the power button, and you'll see the LEDs light up. Once these LEDs turn on, the speaker is on and you can dial in your volume. The UI panel has 3 modes you can select from: solo, host, and join. Solo is used when you want to use a single speaker over Bluetooth. To use this, go into your Bluetooth settings on your device of choice and pair with the Soundboks. Once you see the Bluetooth light go solid, you've successfully paired your device. If you have multiple Soundboks, you can identify which is which by finding the team ID number on the back of the Soundboks. If you switch over to host mode, this will allow you to use Bluetooth, but this has some additional features that allow you to use Soundboks TeamUp feature, which allows you to connect multiple other speakers to this host speaker. This feature is powered by SKAA Wireless, and I'll demonstrate this more advanced feature later on in the video. Next, let's jump down to join mode. In join mode, this allows you to take advantage of SKAA Wireless technology as opposed to Bluetooth. If you're not already familiar with SKAA, it's a wireless audio standard that allows you to send 48 kilohertz 16-bit stereo audio wirelessly from any SKAA or SKAA Pro transmitter to any SKAA receiver. This is what really takes Soundboks from being just a very large consumer speaker to the pro audio realm, where you can use it for pro applications like DJing, live sound, and events. In join mode, the Soundboks will function as a SKAA receiver, so it can receive audio from any SKAA transmitter. In fact, you can connect up to 4 SKAA receivers to any SKAA transmitter and up to 2 receivers to any SKAA Pro transmitter. So you can use 4 Soundboks all at once for a big party, or use in tandem with a DFB subwoofer from Dillinger Labs if you need more bottom end for a DJ gig, event, or other live performance. SKAA offers transmitters for USB-C, USB-A, Lightning, micro USB, 3.5mm analog audio, as well as transmitters for balanced pro audio line level signals. With a SKAA Pro transmitter like Dani, you can expect up to 50 meters of range and 19 milliseconds of fixed latency. With mini SKAA transmitters like the USB-C Cassandra transmitter, you can expect up to 15 meters of range and 36 milliseconds of fixed latency. And with SKAA Pro mini transmitters like Akiko Pro and Talissa Pro, you can expect up to 35 meters of range, again with only 19 milliseconds of fixed latency. Comparatively, Bluetooth for audio is only rated at around 7 meters of range and can have up to 200 milliseconds of latency, so especially not great for pro audio applications. To use join mode, all you have to do is put the Soundboks in join mode, plug in your SKAA transmitter of choice, play some music, and Soundboks should automatically bond to your SKAA transmitter. If for some reason the Soundboks doesn't automatically bond to your active transmitter, go to the Pro panel on the back of the speaker and tap the bond button twice. This will explore for a new transmitter, and you'll see a bright amber LED showing the Soundboks has bonded to the transmitter. If you're using multiple transmitters, you can double tap to explore again and bond to another transmitter nearby. Here I'm switching between 2 Cassandra USB-C transmitters, one in my iPhone and one in my iPad Pro. SKAA has another great functionality called the Green List. The Green List is your speaker's favorites list. This essentially remembers all of your favorite transmitters. To add a transmitter to the Green List, simply press and hold the bond button for a few seconds, and the LED will change to green, showing that the transmitter has been saved to the speaker's Green List. When a transmitter has been green listed, you can unplug the transmitter and you'll see the LED goes a dim green color. This is just waiting for you to plug the transmitter back in. So if you unplugged a green listed transmitter a week ago and then you plug it back in, the speaker will automatically bond to this transmitter as long as you're in join mode. If you already have a green-listed transmitter and you want to save another, just double tap to explore. Once bonded, hold the bond button for a few seconds again to add the second transmitter to the green list as well. You can add up to 10 transmitters to any SKAA receiver's green list. Single press the bond button to switch between your green listed transmitters. To remove a transmitter from the green list, press and hold the bond button for another few seconds, and the sound box will automatically jump to the next green listed transmitter if there is one. If you need to do a factory reset and clear out the green list completely, press the bond button 6 times and you'll see it flash in red, and then go back to amber mode. These bonding and green list functions are universal across all SKAA receivers. So if you want to check out a deep dive of bonding, green listing, and another mode called red mode, check out these videos here. I'll make sure to link to them in the video description below. Earlier, I said that you can bond up to 4 SKAA receivers to any SKAA transmitter and up to 2 with any SKAA Pro transmitter. In this section of the video, I want to show you some multiple speaker configurations you can set up with Soundboks and SKAA. Let's say you're having a big party or event and you want 3 or 4 Soundboks all playing music from one transmitter. All you have to do is set up the speakers in the exact same way we did for the first Soundboks. Turn on the speakers, put them in join mode, wait a second or two for them to bond, or double tap the bond button to explore. Once bonded, press and hold the bond button for a few seconds to add the transmitter to the green list of each speaker. Here I'm using 2 Soundboks 4 and 1 Soundboks 3, all bonded and green listed to my Cassandra USB-C transmitter. Let's say you want to add in another receiver that's from a completely different family of products. You can do this with SKAA. Here is the Dillinger Labs Death from Below subwoofer, which also has SKAA built in. I'll turn this on, wait for it to bond, and if it doesn't, double tap the bond button to explore, and then once bonded, press and hold for a few seconds to green list the DFB as well. The DFB actually has a custom EQ profile made for use with Soundboks. Just double tap the power button and then turn the bond button to the 3 position in the LED stack. This is the EQ profile that's tailor-made for Soundboks. Now I have 3 Soundboks and 1 DFB all bonded to my transmitter at once. Additionally, if you want remote control over all of your speakers, you can download the SKAA Command app that's available for iOS, macOS, Android, and Windows. And this allows me to give a custom name for each device, set the audio routing to left, right, or mono, adjust the volume of each speaker, mute or unmute each speaker, or control the master volume of all speakers at the same time, or mute all speakers. SKAA Command is not a requirement to use SKAA. It's simply an added bonus app if you want to have remote control of all of your SKAA receivers. If you'd like to see a comprehensive tutorial on how to use SKAA Command, check out this video here. I'll leave a link to it in the video description as well. If you need to set up multiple Soundboks for professional applications, you'll likely want to use a SKAA Pro transmitter like Dani from Dillinger Labs. Dani allows you to connect 2 channels of balanced line level audio, and you can also switch between +4 and -10 signal levels for any type of output level. When you turn on the Dani for the first time, you'll likely see a green power LED. This is showing that Dani is operating in standard SKAA mode, which will allow you to send audio to up to 4 Soundboks at once at 36 milliseconds of fixed latency. If you press this button 3 times, this will switch over to SKAA Pro mode, shown in red, which can send audio to up to 2 Soundboks at once at 19 milliseconds of fixed latency. So if you're a DJ, a live musician, an electronic music performer, or if you're doing a corporate speaking event, you can bring 2 Soundboks along with the Dani transmitter to your gig and connect your DJ rig, your mixer, or an audio interface directly to Dani and transmit low latency audio to your 2 Soundboks, creating your own custom wireless sound system. You can even daisy chain a second Dani by plugging the through outputs into the inputs on a second Dani. This will give you up to 4 receivers in SKAA Pro mode and up to 8 receivers in standard SKAA mode. There are nearly endless combinations of pro audio setups you can create with Soundboks and Dani. So if you're interested in learning more about that, check out our mobile DJ rig setup guide. I'll link to that video in the description below as well. Next, let's go over all of the input and output connections on the Pro panel on the back of the Soundboks 4. There are two 3.5 millimeter auxiliary ports, one for aux input, the other for aux output, and two dual XLR line ports for connecting microphones and other audio signals. If you're going to be using the dual XLR line ports on the Pro panel regularly, I'd recommend downloading the Soundboks app for your device. Press the plus button in the upper right corner to add a new Soundboks device. Here you can see I have both of my Soundboks 4 already paired. To change your Pro panel options, go to Pro panel. Here you can change the input type for each of the XLR line inputs. Use line in if you're connecting to a mixer, audio interface, or some other device that outputs +4 or -10 line level signals. Use mic if you want to connect a microphone, although the Soundboks do not have phantom power, so you won't be able to use condenser mics with Soundboks. And use the guitar option if you're using a device that outputs an instrument level signal like an electric guitar or bass, or an acoustic electric guitar. For each channel, you can add or trim the gain for that input to set your signal level. And each channel has its own 6-band equalizer to shape the tone of the input signal. Next, let's go over some of the device settings in the Soundboks app. I'll click the 3 dots in the upper right corner for my first Soundboks. Here you can put the speaker in solo, host, or join mode, and you can access information about your Soundboks, what firmware you're running, set a PIN code, turn on auto connect, and you can also switch on or off SKAA Pro mode here. Next, locate the sound profiles and EQ button. This is probably labeled dance floor if you've never used the app before. You can set the audio routing for each speaker here, left, right, or mono. In addition, you can choose one of 3 EQ presets: stage, dance floor, or lounge, or click custom to create your own custom EQ. And you can also keep track of your estimated battery life at max volume here. Lastly, let's go over the TeamUp features for Soundboks 4. TeamUp uses a combination of both Bluetooth and SKAA Wireless Nadia technology. The way this works is you send audio over Bluetooth to the first host speaker, and then up to 4 additional speakers can be bonded to that first host speaker. So the host speaker is seen as a SKAA or SKAA Pro transmitter, and the additional speakers are seen as SKAA receivers getting audio from the host. Let's use TeamUp to create a stereo pair of speakers that we can control like a single device. I'll make Soundboks 287312 my host speaker, so I'll click the 3 dots and select host. I'll also make sure that SKAA Pro is turned on. Soundboks 282242 I'll put in join mode. Then I'll click the TeamUp button and add both speakers to the TeamUp session. Now you can see that both Soundboks are showing up as one device. I can control the volume of both of them together. However, I do want to set these up as a stereo pair. So I'll set the first one to left only and the second to right only. When you're all done and you want to go back to using both speakers separately again, click End to end your TeamUp session, and you'll see that both speakers have now returned to solo mode. With TeamUp and SKAA Nadia technology, you can have up to 3 devices in SKAA Pro mode or up to 5 devices in standard SKAA mode. Soundboks 4 offers a blend of power, versatility, consumer-grade features, and professional-grade features, making it a standout choice in the wireless speaker market. With Bluetooth and SKAA wireless technology inside, you have the flexibility to use it for many different applications, whether you're hosting a party in your backyard or performing as a professional DJ or musician. To learn more about SKAA and all the great products SKAA has to offer, head over to SKAA.com or SKAAstore.com. You can buy Soundboks directly from the SKAA store if you live in Canada, and for orders in the US and other countries, you can buy directly from Soundboks.com. I'll leave links to these pages in the video description below as well. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the SKAA Sound YouTube channel to stay up to date on all new SKAA products and tutorial videos. Thanks for watching.